Hello everyone. This is Amy with Simply Elizabeth Crafts, and I have one more project for you this week using the Winterly Treetops. This is the card we are going to make. I'm going to set everything aside and we will get busy with it. This is a fun fold, and there is a link in the description of the video that will have the link to the blog post so you can find all the measurements and the products used in order to recreate this card. All right, so I have our card base here with Pool Party, and then we're going to pull in our cut and emboss machine, and we're going to emboss this with the Birchwood 3D embossing folder. So we're just going to run that through. And this is a really big embossing folder, so you can kind of pick wherever you want to, whatever designs you want in the folder for this piece. I'm going to kind of stick it right there. We'll lay that there. We'll grab our gray plate. That's what's going to run through it. And it looks like I may not have gotten it all the way over that, so let me just hit that real quick right there. All right. Okay. And I'm going to move this back. And then all we're going to do is attach this right here to the front, and you can do either side. I like this side better. They're raised up. So we're just going to attach that to our little flap here. And it's going to have a nice little border around it. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to take this piece here and we are going to attach it to the card front, and we're going to put dimensionals on half of it, and this is what we're going to adhere to this so that when you open it, that flap is all attached. So we'll flip that over. We're going to grab dimensionals and do it halfway. And then we're going to take those off. Okay, so how we're going to put this on is we are going to take and line it up here. Now, what I do is I just kind of lay it so that it's even through there, through the whole card front. So it'll be center of that whole card front. And then I just lightly place it down. And then I'm going to flip it using the corner down here. If none of the dimensionals are showing, then I'm going to press down. But you'll see that that one is showing. So we're going to move it just a little further to the left. Like that. Okay, and then we'll flip it again. And now you'll see there is no dimensionals, and so we'll just press it down like that. All right, we'll set that aside for just a moment. We're going to do some of our stamping. So we're going to take this piece of basic white. We're going to grab some garden green. We are going to grab the garland. And we're only going to need to ink up half of it for right now. We're going to turn our page or our cardstock so that this is going to end up being straight. We don't want it to look like garland. We actually want it to look like foliage. So then we're going to stamp that there. And then we can ink up the other half and come over here. We're going to get it as straight as we can possibly get it and stamp it there. And then we're going to do it one more time. And this is going to be a little shorter, like that. Okay. Now, once we do that, we are going to flip this over. We are going to attach it to our garden green cardstock. And it's going to have just a little tiny border around it. There we go. I can move that out of the way now. We are going to take a piece of the DSP that coordinates with this suite, and I can't remember the name. I think it's Nested Winter, Winter Nested. Actually, I have it right here. Let's look. It is Nest of Winter. And we're going to attach it up here. So we're going to grab our seal here. And then we're going to make it even with that garden green cardstock. Just like that. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this ribbon here. And this is from a double pack. The other color that comes in this pack is Petal Pink. We are going to add some adhesive across here, and we're going to do like a big bow. But I'm not going to do a bow. We're going to do what I call a flat bow. So we're going to do that. We're going to add a little bit more adhesive, and I call it, when I do like the instructions and stuff, I call it zigzag because you're just zigzagging it so that it looks like a bow up underneath, but it in reality is just flat. You don't have that big bulky center there. All right, and then once we do that, we're gonna cut off our end there. We may get it a little shorter later on, but for right now, we're gonna leave it there. Then we're gonna take the coordinating linen thread from our suite here. And we're going to take some garden green. And we are going to add some more adhesive. And then we're just going to kind of wrap I don't think that got, there we go. All right, and then we're gonna do, and you see it's kind of twisting there, so I might just take, there we go. And then I'm just gonna kind of unravel it a little bit so that it doesn't twist and do all of that. And then we're gonna come over here, and then we're gonna just kind of wrap it several times. Let's add a little bit more adhesive. There we go. So we're just going to kind of go back and forth like that. And we're going to leave it just there. Okay, so then we've got some ends here that look all pretty. We're going to take our, this is basic white, and this is a Stylish Shapes die. We are going to take the sentiment, which is sending thanks and much love. We're going to take our garden green again. And we're going to stamp it there in the center. We will flip it over. Add dimensionals. And then we're going to stick it right on over like this. And it's going to hang off a little bit over here to our left. Okay? And then we will come over here and trim up that end. We'll come here, trim up that end. And then let's do our inside. So we have a piece of the Nests of Winter, and we are going to attach that right to the inside. Now you could do liquid glue, but sometimes I find that liquid glue is hard to write on because when it dries, sometimes it can have a little bit of bulk depending on how much you got on there. So we're just gonna go with some seal. and it's gonna fit the entire inside. So it's gonna be there on the fold. And what I did was I just kind of went back and gave it another good crease. And then you've got this piece here. So we're gonna put some seal on it. And what I wanna do is I wanna line it up behind the garden green, okay? So here's how I do that. I line it up because it's gonna be the same size. So I line it up just like that, and then I flip that back part over. Then when you open it up, it's there in the center, and then you cannot see it from the outside. All right, so, oh, and you know what? I need to add our embellishments. You know, I always forget those. We're gonna add some garden green, and let's grab this. So we're gonna go one here, there, 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 and then let's do one more big one right there. Okay, there we go. Now we have all of the pieces on there and all together. One thing I would suggest is probably to measure how large your circle is when you do it so that you have a little bit more out there. You can go back and add some more later on if you make it too small, but that's the only other suggestion I have. If you have any questions, let me know, but don't forget to click the link in the description and go grab all of the measurements off the blog. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining me this week. I hope you enjoyed all of the projects. Don't forget that Club also features this suite. And here are the cards that you will create with Club for the month of September. That one is probably my favorite. I've added that one in from the last video I did. I just couldn't stop creating with this bundle or the whole suite as a whole because it's just an amazing suite. It has lots of great products, lots of great potential. So again, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll see you next time. Bye.